Hello, hello. We are back with Terra Nullius, going into part 2 of today's episode. And the Great Koza has been defeated, or has
Wait, he had feet?
Okay.
And for the billionth time today, Tepin just dies.
So...
I'm sorry. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. You're not sorry. So, yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway.
not sorry.
So...
A needle pulling thread.
You guys go back to camp.
As soon as we go back to camp, I pull out
trying
the
to
diamond.
DM a game. That's all I'm trying to do.
As soon as we get back to camp, I immediately pull out the diamond and say, please, to Raia. Or somebody, anybody. Just like...
Yeah, I go over and I cast Revivify on Buck.
Yay.
We get the choir music as he's lifted up into the air. Right, so what happens is he gets mummified. He gets mummified through the Revivify, and then when the wrapping comes undone again, he's whole. He's back.
And has 1 hit point.
Yep. And
Yeah.
he kind of like blinks and shakes himself a little bit.
Oh.
And then goes over to you and just, nuzzles you.
I nuzzle him so much.
Yeah.
I want to immediately cast Speak with Animals.
Sure.
Oh, there was something I would have done on the walk back, assuming it was a long one.
No, I mean, it's not a long one, really.
Okay. Anyway, you go ahead. I had wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, and he says, "What happened?"
You died.
Oh. Then why am I not still dead?
Raia revivified you.
Oh.
Buck, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Death is normal.
She just kind of like nods and says, "Did you see him?" Miggy.
Oh. He just looks at you strangely like he does not understand the question at all.
Okay. And she just like shakes her head and says, "Never mind. I'm just glad you're here."
Ari, I don't know why you're so attached. Why are you acting so strangely? I am going to die.
She just shrugs it, like she's just like trying to be like, it's because Buck's being nonchalant. She's just like, yeah,
nonchalant.
right, nonchalant. Yeah, she's just like, I mean, if I died, I think I would like to think that you'd try to do anything to save me too.
I would.
Exactly.
It'd be funny if he was like, nah.
Oh my god. Sorry, fam. When you dead, I'm eating you.
He said, I would, but unfortunately for me, there's nothing I could do.
There wasn't anything I could do either, really. It was all Raia. I just asked for the diamond.
Well then, tell Raia, thank you.
I will. Took her a little longer than I would have liked, but...
I felt something, Ari. Just a little something.
What do you mean?
Something felt wrong. And there's some weird static going on again. That was weird. Yeah, he has, like, something was happening that should not be. Like the rocks were groaning.
The rocks?
It was nothing. I died. I am back. That is all.
Can I make some kind of check to like decipher what he means here? Like the rocks crying out?
Insight, I guess.
Okay. Oh no, I have no clue.
You're just happy he's alive.
Crit fail.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah,
no,
nothing.
nothing. Okay, I'm just happy Buck's alive.
Cool, Tevin, you had.
Give me a second. I'm writing down like the rocks were groaning. Yeah, I wanted to talk to Octopi. No, that's the doors, Jordan. Yeah, as we're walking back, I just wanted to talk to Octopi because like my logic is, this was a god of death. Maybe he has some idea of what's going on here. So it says, so he goes to kind of talks to his ring, however he does. I haven't really thought of it. Just kind of like rubbing his ring fingers, like, Octopi, what was that in there?
What was what, Tevin?
The flesh coming from the ground?
Oh, I have no idea.
Do I have any idea if he's full of it or not?
You can make an insight check. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yes!
No, he's telling the truth. Yeah.
Dang it!
No, wrong insightful thing.
Yeah,
Dang
no,
it! Oh well.
He's telling.
Well,
the
at
truth.
least
He
now
doesn't
we
know anything
know.
about the flesh.
Now we know he legitimately doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So that's comforting. At least that actually is better, almost in a sense. It's like this. Do you know of people coming back, being reborn? I mean, I have heard legends, but never seen anything. I mean, actually, is this something that's real in this culture, like rebirth?
Well, I mean, there are spells that resurrect people and stuff. Isn't there a druid spell called reincarnation? I feel like that's probably one you'd be familiar with. I know that at least in other editions. Yeah, reincarnate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a druid spell.
So I guess and instead what I would say is like, I have heard of very powerful spells, but nothing like this.
Yeah, he says. I don't think there's anything I can offer you, Tepin. This was after my time. Remember, I am but the incarnation of a memory.
True. Just thought, well, you've been around for a while. You would have known more than I would.
Indeed. I have seen rebirth, reincarnation, resurrection before, but this does not seem the same somehow. That's all I know.
Okay. So leave it at that. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
But I thought he'd know more.
He seems pretty reserved right now for some reason. Kind of introspective.
So he said he's seen reincarnation spells?
He kind of went through the whole gamut of
What?
resurrection magic.
Uh-huh.
Get out of there. Make sure you do your blue stuff tonight for music theory.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. So,
We can hear you, Jordan.
what?
Yeah.
You didn't mute yourself.
Oh, I thought I did.
No.
Okay, I think I muted myself earlier and then.
Oh, you may have, yeah.
Yeah. There you go, everybody. Music theory has ruined Linkin Park for me.
I'm so sorry.
I also have to write blues. And that's what it's going to sound like, apparently.
Anyway, okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's what you get from that. So Ari, Samuel kind of asks you about like the whole situation of like what happened, like because they were at the back of the boats. So I assume film in.
Yeah, I mean, I just tell him everything. I'm like, so we met this giant snake man who they all worshipped, and turns out he was Two Hunahpu.
Who's that?
Person from a long time ago.
A person from a long time ago? There's obviously some sort of story here.
Yeah, I don't know how much Raia wants to really tell, though.
Oh, so now that matters. Wow.
Well, because like nothing's at stake here. Like Samuel's not like, I mean, unless he like pushes her, but I don't think Samuel's the type to really do that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
So I guess Samuel says, so some old enemy then,
Yeah,
and you.
but it's okay.
killed
She disintegrated him. Combat literally. I shot an arrow and then he was gone. Half a second later.
Interesting. So
They
Raia's
didn't even
very powerful.
retaliate. Yeah, she is.
Wow. Samuel. What a burn.
I mean, she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep getting caught admiring the fact that we have a crit fail and a crit success right next to each other, and both of them had +7.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
They're the same roll, and they got an 11 on the other end.
Yep, I was about to
really
say.
Oh
weird.
my gosh, that's really funny.
That's kinda
And
weird.
Funny.
they're both inside. Wow.
Just
That's-
has so many layers to it. But yeah, I mean, Ari's in a good mood though right now because I mean, Buck's alive.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just kind of like talking, and then I guess he asks like, "Who's this guy?" Like, because Xaman's like there.
An ally. We met him in the. He's part of the resistance of this place.
I'm part of the resistance.
Part of the resistance.
I'm a resistance fighter. Puts on a jacket. Anyway.
And then Ari just kind of does like he's a little.
I see. While that conversation's going on, Xaman goes up to you, Raia, and then says, "All right, Raia, I think it's about time you give me the eye again. We need to
Can we do a check to see if he's mentally
prepare
stable?
ourselves for what's to come. The place, the beyond, that it's calling. We need to go to it.
Describe it to me.
Dark. So there are twinkling lights. It's empty. So very empty. But there's something there that's important. Something there that the eye is seeing. We have to find it, Raia. It's important to all of this.
Does it sound at all like the place that I saw with like the rocks and the pedestals for the
Mhm.
things?
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Okay.
And he's
Last
like his
time I
hand.
gave this to Xaman, everything got destroyed and it fell into the hands of Two Hunahpu.
His hand is like twitching as he kind of like holds it out, like, okay, give me the eye.
Xaman, maybe I should hold on to it for at least a little while longer.
Raia, what we already had this conversation. Bad things, horrible things.
And bad things already did happen when you held on to it.
Right, but I kept the eye. I got it. A charmer doesn't have it, and then you came along, and it's all part of the plan. If you had taken it, who knows? Who knows what would have happened?
We would have kept it.
So you call giving it into the hands of Two Hunahpu keeping the eye.
What? Who?
You know
Oh, that's
nothing.
right. He doesn't know.
You know nothing of the one who had it.
The snake? What about him? I thought you said Two Hunahpu?
Yes.
The snake was Two Hunahpu. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Which he should know about it, right? Because they know about stuff with the orb and everything.
He knows the name, yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's why I'm like,
Yeah, he kind of like does one of those like kind of like lean back, like kind of like, oh, like kind of something, revelation. And he says, would that make sense then?
I killed him once and he was reborn to that.
Of course. Yeah, no, you
now
can't.
I've killed him
You
again
You can't kill him.
for now.
That's kind of the whole idea. The legends. He found a way to.
Yeah, we have to destroy the flesh.
No, that won't work either. No, the flesh is. There's more.
What more is
The
there?
place, Raia, the place. That's where we need to go. The place will help us uncover this. The beyond. The there.
And you were there? Or did you just see it?
I saw it as if I was there. It's so close, Raia. I almost had it before. I almost.
Do you know how fast he's reborn?
No, of course not.
We have to at least rest before going.
Okay.
And
I mean, do we? We didn't really do much.
I want to level up, okay?
Right, okay.
Jeez.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
I used a lot of my big spells, okay?
That's also true.
Okay.
I kind of just go, did you know of what happened besides that, of what's happened in the world?
The world?
The Ulotli Basin, at least. Aaron Deer is dead.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
All
No,
of
I
that.
did. Yes. The eye. It showed me all of that before it even happened. I think I was mad when it did actually happen, but I saw it beforehand, so.
And Mazuyul.
Yes. The beyond, Raia. That's where we fight this. The there. Not the here. The there.
I just kind of go like,
And he holds out his hand again.
if I entrust this to you,
Mm-hmm.
would you be willing to give it back to me if needed?
Of course. He's lying.
Yeah. And I just go, Xaman, I think that the two belong together.
Raia, you...
The eye, the orb. It's a set.
A set that should be kept separate. I think that's the entire point. They hate each other, Raia.
A set that all belongs together in that place.
But what happens when you get them all together in that place?
We
What
get
happened?
3
We
wishes.
summon a dragon.
It's like, what happens if we don't?
And you can see in his eyes, he's like, I literally don't care about any of this. I just want the eye. Like he's
Yeah,
trying to formulate
and, like,
anything in his mind to like say to get you to.
I just kind of go,
Am I
can't
nearby when
tell.
this is happening?
Sure.
Is he still connected to the eye? Because if so, then what we need to do is we need to figure out a way to disconnect
No,
him.
I think at this point he's probably not.
like,
Raia,
attuned to it.
He's definitely not attuned to it anymore because the Koza had it for a while. But you can make an insight or an arcana check, Raia. to kind of glean from?
Those are the two. Of course, I'm gonna do insight.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. So I mean, with the insight, right? It's like you understand. I think that this has probably less to do with some sort of like actual magical like curse or something that's on the eye, and probably literally just Xaman
His
himself.
obsession.
He's just obsessed with it. This is an internal thing.
Yeah, I just kind of go, I can't right now, Xaman.
Okay.
Until I know more, I can't.
Okay. Okay. And he goes and kind of like steps away from you and like just kind of like lays down on the ground.
And I want to go to Ari.
Okay.
And I just come up to you and I go, I have to consult with the orb, but now that it takes real time, I'm left vulnerable when I do it. And I bring the eye out and hand it to her and I go, don't let Xaman take this.
Ari just kind of
snap.
nods. He says, I'll protect the eye and you.
And I just like, if she's in like a normal place to do this, I would just sit down right there next to her and get out the orb.
Yeah, Ari takes out her bow and then just like...
The hand crossbow and the machete?
Yeah, sure. She takes out her new crossbow and just like has it like sitting there. And then she like looks at Xaman and then just like, yeah.
He's just like this on the ground. Okay, yeah. So you go into the orb?
Yep.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
Any sort of insight at all as to what's going on or if they know about the place.
Yeah, the place. Yeah, I mean, what's the roll that you usually do to unlock another guardian? Do we remember?
No, it's been a while.
It's so long. Wisdom save?
I think it was a wisdom save, wasn't it?
Sounds right.
And she has advantage because of Orbeus.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I had
Orbeus, holy
yeah.
cow.
Exactly.
The one version of Darius that still is technically in this universe.
I just do with
No, because that was a version of Darius Death Knell. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
Oh,
was after.
it
Yeah.
is? Okay, right. Okay, yeah. It's been a while since he used her element too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just make a wisdom save for this.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess you pop in, you go to the normal like throne room kind of chamber that you usually go into, and Isaac is there, and he says, "Well, as you know, we know what you know. You're going to want to unlock someone else for this, I think. There might be someone who knows, but I'm not sure."
Now, okay, there's the advantage that is like Orbeus's like guardian ability to give to her. But what about the save bonus for being near him? Because like how does that work?
I thought we had just decided that it was advantage rather than the
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's
I
just
thought.
advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it.
Oh,
Whoa, crit
Didn't even
success.
need Orbeus.
so
for
many
this one.
crit successes today.
Man, holy crap. Okay. Yeah.
I'm super wise.
So what happens is you Okay.
You
What
are
do you
not
think about
prepared
this?
for this.
Because I just got to think about who would be. The
What if
person
you
who would-
unlock one Hunahpu?
Caleb's thinking.
I'm trying to think if he would be the one to know. Let me take a look at my notes real quick here.
I'm just really curious, while you're looking at that, does Sabu come over and be like, what's wrong with Raia?
Yeah, I haven't even
probably,
paid attention to him at all because that's not my goal this session.
Yeah, that probably does happen. Let's see here. Okay. So I think the person you unlock is the first guardian.
Guardian number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Player unlocked.
A new challenger approaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you have to
And-
fight him.
This guy is
I mean, it's happened before.
it's a Genasi male who is pretty nondescript. He kind of has nothing about him that really like seems important or interesting or charismatic or
He is true neutral.
yeah, I mean he's just a pretty plain sort of maybe even like peasant stock you could call him, right? And he's maybe in his like late 20s from the looks of it. And he walks over to you and he's wearing kind of like simple Genasi villager clothing. And he kind of like gives you just like a kind of like a up and down like interesting. And not in like a bad way, but just like almost as if I guess the analogy would be he's come out of a cave and he's looking at the sun sort of a thing like okay, this is what the world looks like it's been a while.
Is it Plato's cave?
Yeah, kind of, right? Like that's the whole thing here. And so he kind of like sighs and he says, well, this is what we've come to then? Not as like an insult, but like he now understands like the whole situation because he knows your thoughts. And he says, we've reached the end. The end of the cycle I began. The pattern I started. I'm sorry it had to be you. I really am. No one should have to bear that burden on their shoulders. All the rest of us, we had a little weight, of course, but never as much as yours. Ask your questions, Raia.
But why do I even need to talk? You know what I'm thinking? And you basically there's the end
Raia,
of what's
it's
this
been
like?
hundreds of years since I had a conversation with anyone. Give me this small thing.
Fine. What's your name?
My name is Votan. I'm the first guardian of the orb, as you may know.
Well, if there's someone to help us, I'm voting for him.
Gosh dang it, Seth.
Please kick Seth, mute him, end his video.
Seth, I just want to point out that I heard that pun, even though my headset was off. Okay, Caleb, later on, I'm going to message you about an idea I had for legacy characters. Like, okay, so like, what if, as we go forward, when we play a D&D campaign, Seth's characters, like, and like we all have the option to have like a special like curse, but we also get like a special like blessing for it. So like, for Seth's characters, it would be the legacy of punishment. So every time Seth tells a pun, something unfortunate happens to his character, and actually happens. But he actually...
It would be kind of be fun to play like a meta Terra Nullius thing
That would be cool.
for a session.
Wasn't that going to be the Christmas special?
I mean, yes, it was. But yeah, so he
Everything.
says I am. We should still do that. He says my name is Votan. I'm the first guardian of the orb, the first person who was entrusted with the care of it once the caretaker understood what it was. Once Shablanque understood the thing he had done in taking it. He didn't make the orb, Raia. He took it. They all did. You know where they belong, don't you?
But what is that place?
The beyond. Beyond this world. Beyond all of the worlds. The only place that exists outside the cycle. The only place where we can be free of this never-ending repetition.
The repetition of what? The world?
The repetition of cycles. What do you know of the cycles, Raia?
I don't. But it just making this more difficult than it has to be. You know, I don't know anything. You know all of my thoughts. I don't.
I'm sorry. Old habits. Everyone always said I asked too many questions.
James Bond.
Raia, the world you live on is one in a cycle of worlds. Like a deck of cards. Except he wouldn't use that analogy because he doesn't understand cards. But maybe because you understand cards, so he uses the analogy because he knows your mind. He says like a deck of cards, one after the other being flipped, cycled between the hands of the dealer. On one end, a place where magic doesn't exist. On this end, a place where magic is all there is. There are only 374 of them. And something is happening. We've reached the limit. Every time something horrible happens, some catastrophe, some sacrifice, another variation is created. But it's not going to work another time. This is the end. If a catastrophe happens again, everything will cease to exist.
So you're telling me that the universe is just like destroyed now?
No, I'm saying it will be. It might be. If you don't stop it.
Oh, wow. Raia has to save the world again.
Woo-hoo!
And I'm guessing you don't have the answer of exactly how I'm supposed to do that.
You're supposed to stop Maziel. You're supposed to stop She of the Jade Skirt. Because if she wakes up again, she's going to try the thing she tried originally one more time. And this time, it will lead to the destruction of everything. You see, she doesn't understand. Not like the caretaker did. She didn't see with the eye.
And what does Two Hunahpu have to do with all of this, though?
Two Hunahpu, he wants the end. He craves it.
Well, what does he get out of it?
He's connected to the beyond. In a way none of us are. He is other. That's what makes him immortal. That's what makes him deviant. If he destroys this existence, only he and the things that live in his realm will continue. He wasn't really one Hunahpu's brother, not really, not truly. He was a mistake, a cosmic glitch. If you destroy that womb of flesh in the tent, he'll come back some other way. You can do it if you want to. If you don't, he will be reborn in that spot. But it won't accomplish the finality that you wish.
So
He's a nuisance. He's an insect trying to bite, but he's not the main threat right now. The main threat is Maziel. Because of his ignorance, because of his loyalty, because of his zealotry, he will awaken She of the Jade Skirt. And when he does, she will rend the very fabric of existence, because she will kill you, Raia, and she will take that orb. She will take both of them. And she will destroy the universe without even realizing what she's doing.
do you know? So am I trying to prevent both of these from going to the beyond? The orb and the eye? Or do they belong there?
That's a complicated question to answer. In a way, they do. In a way, their existence on this realm is important. Just leaving them there won't accomplish what you wish. There are more than just those two. I know you saw that. Can you take a guess how many there are?
No, I think that would be too complicated for me.
There's one for every world. It would be a monumental task to find all of them. If you did, you could bring their power to bear and maybe stop this, but that's not the answer, I don't think. But there is something for you in the beyond. The reason Xaman is so obsessed with it. Something that can help you. There is one type of creature that lives in that place that doesn't seek the destruction of everything. You've met him.
Ix?
Yes. The dragons have always tried. They've tried. They worked with the caretaker, tried to keep this from all happening in the first place. That's why they became his servants. But unfortunately, Maziel seems to have killed most of them. Ix is... he might be your only chance.
That's where he went then.
He's nursing his wounds right now in that place. But if you can get to him, he might have some things to teach you, to show you. He's come into an understanding of himself, more so than he knew. Turns out that experience ages quicker than time.
If that's the case, I think my brain is probably older than this cycle. It's a fun joke since now I know more things.
I think if you weren't in this mood, we might be getting along. Maybe in another life, Raia. Maybe when all this is over and you're stuck here with us. If that's how this will all work.
Well, from my understanding, if I'm the last one, there's going to be no one to wake us up.
You might be right.
So
And then Orbeus is just chilling by himself, sweeping the halls for as like the orb janitor.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, because Orbeus isn't tied to the sleep cycle, right? So like he just will exist and go insane indefinitely because he won't have anyone to talk to.
What if he doesn't go insane though? What if he just like because like everyone else stays constant in there, right?
No, they don't exist until the person calls on them.
Right, but even so.
Right, so Orbeus would, because Orbeus is not tied to that feature.
Right, he wouldn't be there, but would he like?
No,
go...
he would be awake in the orb while everyone else was asleep.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I mean I know that he'd be awake that whole time, but would he actually go insane?
I don't know.
I mean, if he hasn't so far, it's very possible that he wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's just been a few weeks as opposed to like hundreds, thousands.
Eternity.
Yeah, eternity.
I mean, Darius or Orbeus, I should say. Orbeus also has like the power to help. Like he awakens some of them himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if like he just goes around and awakens people and talks to them on occasion.
Possibly.
It's like leave me alone. Let me sleep.
Thanks, Wotan.
Cheer up,
I
Raia.
have to.
Think. Well, really quick, he says, "Cheer up, Raia. I think there might be a reward for you when this is all over, if you survive."
It's a big if.
I know. I'm really sorry. I truly am. But we're here. We can help you. That's what we were here for. None of the other guardians. We all exist. Yeah, no, he like trails off and he says, "We all exist ultimately to serve you in this time. That's why why the orb was made like this. That's why the caretaker put his touch on it, made our images stay. For this. For you. He didn't understand it then. Not fully.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse that so many people have had to suffer through this for the point of helping me. Well, maybe next time I come, I won't be in such a mood as you call it.
When you're ever in a situation, Raia, where you feel like you don't understand why the universe has chosen to put you in this particular position that seems so very unfair, there's a question that I always used to ask when I was given this task, when I was set on this trail. I would very often ask, to the caretaker himself even, why me? Everyone really got annoyed at it after a while, but it seemed to help. So, scream it at the night if you need to. There may not be an answer, but
maybe I'll try that. And I just zoom out of the orb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is there anybody else around me, or is it just still like Ari?
I think Sabu's over there, and he's just been like, I think he mentioned to Ari real quick, like, what's going on, and then got a brief explanation, and then it's just been standing there waiting.
I mean, Ari just says because he doesn't know like anything about the orb or
exactly.
whatnot.
So whatever you
like,
told him,
she's just like, she's sleeping.
I think probably too, like while I'm in the orb, I don't know if this happens, but like, or if it's like possible to happen, but like maybe like some tears just like run down my face while I'm hearing everything and realizing like, great.
Yeah, and so Sabu
this
says,
really is like the whole universe is
exactly,
relying on this.
Yeah, and so Sabu, when you get out, he says, "Raia, you were crying. What's wrong? What happened?"
And
Ari just like looks at the two of you. He's like, I'm gonna go that way.
And I'm gonna go in for the kiss because the whole universe is ending and I'm over it.
Oh snap!
And it's not even my goal this session, but that's how much I don't care.
Uh-huh. Okay. Make a
Charisma? Charisma save?
make a charisma save. Yeah, that's what this is.
Okay, wait, is Darius nearby?
Sure, if you want him to walk by at this moment, sure.
Awkwardly be near her.
It's just like Arius is Arius. Oh my gosh, Darius.
Darius?
It's like
the
they
ship name.
fuse.
That'd be if Ari and Darius got together.
Mhm.
No, that's just wrong.
Maybe in another parallel world.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, there's one of them out there, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, how many parallel worlds are there?
373 others.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Darius happens to walk by.
Yes. Darius is like coming up to like check in on everything.
Maybe even like going to just talk to Ari as she's walking away or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
No. Crit fail.
Can we just say, of the last 5 rolls, only one of them hasn't had a crit?
Oh no.
She just like goes up to him and she just goes.
No, he probably just like pulls his head back or something like that.
Totally like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
no, literally what happens
That's
is
so funny.
he steps back. Like you go in for the kiss and he just steps back and says, Raia, what are you...
And I just kind of am like have tears keep streaming down my face, and I go, "Sorry, and I just kind of like run away."
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm assuming
I'm just,
everybody
like,
sees this.
and
Oh,
as
yeah.
I'm running
This is
away,
right in the
like
middle of
I'm
camp.
like starting to like full out sob. Like
Yeah.
I cannot handle all this right
Yeah.
now.
Darius is just like.
Okay, Ari would go after her. I mean,
And Darius just turns and looks at Sabu after they both go off, and he's just like,
I have no...
And like I don't make it very far before I like crumble onto the ground, and I'm just like
Yeah.
sobbing.
I just so we're clear where everyone is. I'm keeping my eye on Xaman. That's what I've been doing the entire time.
okay, so Ari, I think just like she like, because I'm sure like if Raia just like kisses him like tries to kiss him right away, she probably didn't get very far.
Yeah.
So I think Ari just like turns to Sabu and goes,
Sounds about right.
well, I'm gonna go check on her.
Yeah, you should do that.
Darius like is just coming in to check on.
Or I don't know. Actually, I think Ari would say no. I think Ari wants to try to persuade him to go after her.
Did I just hear Ari and persuade in the same sentence?
Yeah.
Come on, Ari, you can do it. I already got the nat 1 for us.
Yeah.
So I know, right? Yeah, because Ari would not like. I mean, she would go like if he's not, she will. But like, she like is like not the person who would want to. And I think Ari can say something here. Maybe she could be like,
Darius should be.
she's just like, why would you do that?
Why would I? Me?
What?
Yeah.
Like
Why
it's
didn't you kiss her?
It's like it's his fault.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's just like,
Is she
you
not
really
good?
have no clue, do you?
No, I don't have any clue, Ari. I have no idea what the heck is going on. Ever.
And Darius just thinks to himself, "Well, he's not the only one."
And
Ari just kind of
Sabu's
like,
yeah.
I think she just says like, you really forgot the most important thing to you. I can't believe you.
Forgot? I don't... Ari, you're not making any sense. None of this is making any sense.
Raia, you really don't know why she messaged you in the first place.
I honestly don't know.
You really don't remember anything.
Well, if I could remember it, then I wouldn't not remember it, Ari. I don't know why you're getting angry at me.
You need to go after her.
Why? What are you hiding from me?
That you're from another dimension.
You're actually
Well, she
from a different-
she doesn't know that, but yeah.
Hey,
I mean, Ari.
Sabu, about this whole thing, you're actually from another dimension, and
I mean, Ari never like made like a check to like see if she could know that or not. Could I make some kind of insight to see if she could
Probably
figure
not
that
okay,
out?
right
okay.
now. I don't know if
No?
that would
Okay,
come to you
wait.
right now.
What? Well, Darius knows exactly.
Yeah, you could say it.
I mean,
Would he?
yeah, that's the thing. I think Darius kind of like, I like when she says you really don't remember. I think Darius kind of like looks a little bit toward Ari and like sees if she can put the pieces together.
Kind of give her a look.
Yeah, and he just like looks over at her.
Like
and
if I
blinks a
like
couple-
look at Darius, look at him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
blinks a
make an
couple
intelligence
times.
save. Yeah.
An intelligence save or an insight?
It's
I
intelligence.
think it's an
save,
intelligence
+5.
save. Yeah.
I'm not good with intelligence.
Because
Okay,
this
but
is
I
you
get a
like
plus
trying
five.
to figure out.
I get a
something at the
plus
moment.
5 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's right next to me. Okay. Oh, I need inspiration, guys. I just want to figure this out for poor Emily.
Is there something about
Um,
other Ari that you might, or is there any current stuff about like current Ari?
current Ari? I mean,
I mean this Ari, you know what I mean?
she like no, for sure needs to talk to Samuel because that is still a thing that like she's dealing with. Here, I'll tell you what I originally was planning on doing with the journal until Caleb was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use that to like have him communicate with you and make you pissed off at him." She was originally planning on giving the journal to Lord Navarro and having him send it back to the mainland to give to the sun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, take advantage.
Okay.
beautiful.
I just gave away some good stuff for this intelligence roll, so this better be good. Okay, 20.
Ooh, nice.
25.
25.
Okay, yeah, you figured it out, Ari. Like, Darius gives you the look where it's like, forgot. Who else forgot stuff?
Well, in like
Okay.
giving a look like, hey, you should pick up on this. It's more like
Yeah.
a look of,
Yeah.
Tepid is so confused right now.
So then Ari just is like,
Clement is eating this up. Like, he's just like looking back and forth from everyone, just like, interesting.
Ari's just like, oh my gosh, you didn't forget. You're not him.
Yes, that made so much more sense than the last thing you just said.
I gotta go find Raia. And then she just like leaves.
I mean, I'm just like
Sobbing
crumpled
right next to
heap
camp.
sobbing on the ground, not very far away. I didn't make it super far.
Yeah, I mean, she just like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's not gonna try persuading him at this point. There's nothing to persuade him of.
Yeah,
Because
Sabu just like looks at Samuel and just gives him like a, what is the, like, and
What is
Samuel
wrong
just
with these
shrugs
women?
like, I don't know.
I think Darius is just like, Links?
Shots.
Okay, at this point, Tepid might communicate to Darius telepathically. It's like, could someone please explain to me what's going on?
Yeah.
So
We don't have to
Ari.
actually do that right now.
gonna go to Raia.
Yeah.
Be like, Raia,
And I just kind of am like, the universe is ending. And
oh, okay.
Universe
I
is
mean,
ending.
She's just like,
I'm just kind
what-
of like
she's like, I mean, I know him rejecting you was bad, but it's not.
And
the
I just
end of
look
the
up and I'm
world."
just like, this has nothing to do with him.
Wait. Hold on. What did I miss?
It's like a little kid who just got their first crush, like reject them. The universe is ending.
That's what I was going for.
Exactly. That's so good.
That's what I was hoping you were going to go for.
Yeah.
Just like, this has nothing to do with him.
What did you see in the
actual
orb?
universe. And I just kind of like try and pull myself together, and I like actually sit up instead of being like hunched over on the ground. And I just go, I'm the last one, the last guardian that's ever going to exist.
Raia, the last orb guardian.
If something happens, if Maziel isn't killed, if we have to, Two Hunahpu doesn't even matter anymore. If we don't stop Maziel, the world ends. Well, not just worlds. Apparently, we're number 374, and they all come crashing to an end if I can't stop Maziel. If we can't stop Maziel.
And Arya just kind of like,
And then it'll just be the end.
yeah, she's like trying to take all that in, but she's trying to like stay calm, like trying to like be her rock, I guess, right now. And then she just says, like, I think she just like kneels down like in front of Raia. And like just says, I'm so sorry, Raia, that this is your burden.
And I go, that's all he could say too. The first one. He just said, I'm sorry, and the only advice he had was screaming, why me?
And scream it. And then she takes out the beans. And then just like
Yeah.
puts up a barrier.
Yeah.
And Raia just like lets out like an anguished like scream. I don't think any like words are even
Yeah,
formed,
it's
but
just like
anguished
visceral
screaming
scream.
and
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
crying and sobbing.
I'm just imagining like, imagine if little kids were doing this as a play, and I'm just imagining like a really poor version of this anguish, and like just the child trying to act it up really bad. I don't know why this was in my head, but just like ah.
Well, what the shot actually probably looks like, right, is we get the shot from outside the bubble.
Yeah,
so we literally
exactly.
just see Raia screaming, but we don't actually hear, right?
And then after a minute, when it disappears, Ari just says, Raia, I know that you and I have had our differences, our ups and downs. But if I can carry some of that burden for you, I will. Raia.
Just continue having tears. Just being like,
Cool.
And then I want to like pull her in. I don't like, Ari's like, okay, we're doing this.
Hard time.
And she's just like, I won't leave you. I'll stay by your side. I'll protect you.
and
How
Raia
far
just,
away
like,
from camp are they when this is happening?
They're
Not
like
too
right
far.
next to camp.
And Raia just like nods into her shoulder as the hug is happening.
So we could probably
Can
hear
I
all
make
of this.
some kind of like
Oh yeah, everyone heard all of it.
insight check to like see if now would be a good time to tell her that Sabu is actually dead and this is another parallel world Sabu?
Oh geez. If it's
I
better
mean,
to just do it all at once and
yeah,
wait.
you can
Rip
make an
off the
insight check.
band-aid! Rip off the band-aid!
Can I make an insight check for Raia
Yeah, I think
to
so.
like see
right?
if this is like the thing to do or not?
Oh,
Right,
geez.
Emily?
I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not.
Well, can I make it the right
Just-
thing
yeah.
if I succeed really well?
Sure. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh yes!
Ooh, so many
crits
criticals
today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, crit
This is
27.
clearly a critical session.
Yeah.
I know Raia so well.
It's crit miss.
Crit
Okay.
miss. Yes.
So- Ari just kind of like. So I'm gonna make it the right thing that Ari is gonna tell her, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I just hope she's. I mean, you know, we'll see how she actually takes it. But Ari's gonna try to do it as like subtly as possible, but she wants to just say like, "I'm here for you." And listen, what happened back there? If that was really him, he would have kissed you back.
That's really nice to say, Ari, but what are you?
It's not your Cebu. I figured it out, Raia, just now. Just like Darius.
And as she's saying that,
It's
Raia
not
just
him.
kind of like looks down and kind of like looks back up and just kind of like, I don't.
You were the most important thing to him. But this Cebu, I think you could be the most important thing to him.
And I just go, but he's not allowed to be the most important thing to me.
Maybe not. But hey, I just felt like you deserved to know that. Rather than wondering if maybe somewhere deep down he remembered everything and just, I don't know.
Thanks, Ari. I'm gonna sit by myself for a little bit, and then I think we need to have a big group meeting.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Samuel for a little while. Do you want me to keep the eye or do you want it?
You keep it for now.
I'll keep it safe.
Keep it secret.
And I just walk over and sit by the river and watch the water for a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
That happened.
And then Ari's gonna go talk to Samuel now.
About what exactly? Oh, also we definitely get a shot at some point on Clement, and he's heard every single thing.
That's what
that
I'm
was
just like.
said.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what does Clement know?
Oh, he knows everything. That.
Well, okay, but
No,
what if I put?
I
what
want to
if I
know
put
what
up
he
a-
knows besides
What if I put up
this.
another barrier when I tell her about Cebu? Could I do
Like,
that?
did she even take it down the whole time? Like, I figure she probably had it up.
Last for a
Like,
minute.
oh,
But I could put up multiple barriers.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, he heard the beginning thing about the universe being destroyed, but if you want
Right.
him to not have heard anything past the screaming, then that's fine.
I don't think I'd want them to hear. I mean, because if Cebu's right there and they can all hear it
Yeah.
too, Ari'd want to keep that.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
not
that
something
makes
you
sense.
drop on a dude. Like, hey, you're not from this dimension.
Be like, it's not him. It's not him.
that's like I'm not your real dad.
Right.
It's like that level of.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oh, does anybody else want to do something before I talk to Samuel?
I could do something.
Well, I had said before, right after that happened, I did turn to mentally turn to Dar. I said, "Could somebody please explain to me what is going on here?"
Oh yeah.
Because
And that was
I have no idea what's going on.
because that was like right. You said that like right when.
She
Right-
walked off.
Right when Ari went to go console Raia, I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah. How much does Darius know? Does Darius understand everything?
You at least know the dimension stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
And the whole reason, I don't know, I'm assuming there's some Teppan's assuming there's some clashing, like she's in love with him because she's just trying to kiss him, but he doesn't like her, and like there's all somebody's like he's like, what is
Kevin's
going
like,
on?
give me the juicy deets, Darius.
I want
the
that gossip.
goss.
I don't want the
Darius-
gossip. He's just like, what the heck
What's
goes
the
going
tea,
on?
sister?
Can Darius communicate to him back?
Yeah. Actually,
telepathically?
let me double.
It's only if you
check.
can read thoughts.
You don't need to share a language for it to understand your telepathic utterances. I can communicate with you, but I don't think you can communicate with me
Okay.
telepathically. That's what the reason I was asking about it earlier, but that was a different character I was thinking of that could read surface thoughts.
Okay. So I think Darius just says,
You could come closer. I mean, I'm not standing right next to you. I'm like sitting next to. I'm like
It's like one of those things where, like in anime, like the mouth goes like to the very side of the
Yeah.
face, and they're, like having like this secret conversation.
well, because what happens is I'm probably like sitting next to the fire, like keeping it stoked and everything. I was keeping an eye on Xaman because like I'm supposed to protect Raia. I'm also gonna make sure he doesn't do anything. But then like this is all happening. He's like he looks to Darius, who seems to be like know what's happening. He's like, could you please explain to me what is going on here? So I'm like sitting by the fire. So if it makes sense for you to be by the fire too, then I could just
yeah, I think.
I can understand common.
Right, but I don't want I don't want Sabu to understand.
He doesn't understand primordial.
That's what I'm
Something.
saying. Like if I'm talking primordial, but the other person that I'm also concerned about is
I can understand any language you speak. So
you can, but I don't. I'm afraid that Clement also can.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Which is why, yeah, I think Darius like sits down next to Teppan and
Just this background music is just
No.
cracking me up right
I'm
now.
sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. I think I think
That's cracking me up.
I think Darius is it's just so unfitting.
I know,
for the
exactly.
whole-
It's like
But it's also ironically, I think it's ironically fitting though.
it's inappropriately fitting. Let's put
Yes,
it that way.
that's the word. So Darius sits down next to Teppan and like it just starts talking in primordial and says okay, give me a sec to think.
Well, if oh no, okay, you're back.
Okay. He says, do you know how resurrection works?
I know it exists. I do not know anything past that. And I'm communicating with you telepathically the entire time. So
Right.
if anything, they can only hear part of the conversation.
Right. So Darius just says, and this is, all in primordial. Darius says, when someone is brought back, they're not brought. It's not the same person that's brought back.
Well, then who is it?
Somebody that is almost a mirror copy, but still different.
I'm trying to think of how to ask this in a way that he would understand.
Yeah.
Like I was like, so if it's not them, where do they come from?
What are the Feywild considered?
What do you mean?
Like
It's a different plane of existence. Is that the same as a different dimension?
No, it's
No.
not.
It's not.
But I was gonna use it in terms of that to explain it. So, I think Daria says, "Are you familiar with the Feywild?"
Am I? Is it something common around among the...
Yeah, you could probably know enough to understand what he's talking about.
I have heard of these, yes.
It is similar to that. How there is the Feywild is a plane of existence that directly mirrors this world, but is also very different. On a much larger scale, exists the entire universe and other existences that mirror this.
And how do we... I'm trying to think. And this Sabu is from one?
He and I both are.
This would explain how you know so much.
It's been a long journey.
And I'm just trying to catch up.
You and me both. Like apparently the guy from here had like brown hair. That's just weird.
I'm trying to think if Tevin would say anything past that. He might go on like asking like questions about like different worlds, like just but the things that are like inconsequential to furthering things, so someone else can go on if they want.
Yeah. Eventually, I would like to have a conversation with the Migster, or I'm gonna try to contact him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Is that the end of that conversation then?
I think it's between Tepin and Darius. I think.
I mean, they keep talking, but nothing
Yeah.
is significant.
Yeah. Ari, you want to talk with Samuel?
Yeah, I mean, if Jordan wants to talk with Mickey first, though, that's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's fine.
and this entire time, I'm keeping my eye on Xaman.
Sure.
I think. Well, no.
So, Jordan, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I guess it would be it might be about the same time, or it might be like a slight time skip for whenever we're. I don't know. I can go first, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Darius kind of gets away, and like eventually, like whenever he and Tepin are done, he kind of gets away and he contacts Mickey.
Well, you try to make a religion check.
Oh yeah. Oh, the one from before. Then because I was just kind of feeling around.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think we'll have to make a new one.
Okay. Well, we'll just see what happens.
18's not bad.
Bad.
So you sense Miggy's essence, but you also get the sense that he's busy. So you push.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wish like I know this is like a weird way to put it, but I wish I could just like send him an email. It's like
what are your office hours?
You can. Just what do you want to tell him? Literally, you could just be like, okay, you know what happens? Willow picks up the phone and says, no, and says, Mickey can't come to the phone right now. Can I take a message? Yeah, exactly.
Caretaker's domain. How may I help you?
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much how it goes.
If this is emergency, call 911 immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think
The boss doesn't want to talk right now.
Okay, so Darius is like, "Oh, hey Willow."
Hello, Darius.
I wanted to let Miggy know that we've discovered some flesh. Like Covered flesh.
Covered some flesh.
You promised me skin.
Dang it,
Oh, this is
Jordan! You got to it before me.
Why would you awaken me without skin?
Skin.
You want me to feel the pain. So I can share it with others.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so Darius says, we've located flesh, like in the flesh tunnels, and does Darius know at this point that that's who it was? Because yeah, he was there whenever. Well,
Yeah, he knows, I think.
yeah.
Raia filled us in, right? I don't know.
I said it in front of Xaman, so if
yeah.
anybody was there when I was letting
Yeah.
Xaman out.
Yeah. Okay. So, Darius kind of explains to Willow about what happened and who that is, and about Xaman and like the place that he was talking about, and
I hope we don't get flagged for this music.
yeah, I know. I was thinking about that too.
Wait. Was Jordan still talking? Wait.
Okay, we didn't get flagged. We're not.
Okay.
Okay. But you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Can you still hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. You can hear it?
No.
No.
Okay. Let me know if you can still hear it. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Am I quieter?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We can hear the music
Oh,
again, though.
no.
How about now?
We can't hear you. Oh,
Oh, we can hear
there
you
are.
Now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That works.
There you go.
Right there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you
Just
can't hear
talk
the music?
loud.
You can't hear the music?
Very, very
It's still
faintly.
there a little, but we're not going to get rid of it.
It's not as
completely.
bad. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Just talk loud
Oh.
directly into it.
Yeah. Okay, so
What were you talking about? Oh,
something about Darius and Willow and
Yeah.
Star Wars. Okay, so Darius is explaining to Willow about how we found like the flesh under the stuff, and about how we came into contact with that guy, and everything Xaman said, and then about this like place that Xaman was talking about, and just kind of like giving a report almost and like an update just to let him know what's going on, and if he
Mhm.
has any thoughts or ideas that might help us or like be beneficial to us, or something that he thinks that we need to know to just he knows what to do to just do his thing.
okay, sure.
Cool. And then
I'll
like,
I'll tell him as soon as he gets back.
thank you, Willow. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well.
Good.
Darius, I want you to know something. I don't think less of you for not being the Darius that I remember.
Well, I appreciate that, Willow. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That's two people.
Don't let Raia get you down.
Thank you. And then he just kind of says to Willow, I miss Toity.
I miss 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think. I guess he also asks Willow if there's anything that she knows, like that they've been working on, that they've been doing, that would be good for him to know.
That Maggie's been doing?
Yeah, I mean, because I know like Willow's been helping Miggy, so
Yeah.
if there's anything that Willow has been doing or that Miggy has been doing, Like that would be pertinent information for Darius.
I think she says, "Well, we learned that the universe might be destroyed. Is that new?"
Does Darius know this yet from?
I mean, it was said out loud to everyone.
Well, okay, yeah. And Darius is like,
I said the universe is ending.
Yeah.
I didn't say
yeah.
it was going to be destroyed. It could be taken that I'm heartbroken over Just saying.
But then you guys had a clarifying conversation about it in front of everyone.
Okay.
Just
Darius is like, yes, this is new information, but, or I guess he would probably say like, yes, I just learned this about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, well, now I feel sort of silly.
No,
I thought that was going to be important.
No, it is. I'm glad that you are also all aware, and that we're all on the same page, that this is very, very big and very, very bad.
It really is.
Nothing has changed since, well, we got the orb.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Ari?
Yeah, I mean, so after she does that whole thing with Raia, she'll just like go up. I don't even think she says anything to Samuel. I think she just like grabs his hand and like tries to like drag him away from camp. Does he like?
Sure. I mean, he's confused, but he goes with you.
He's like, "You're my friend."
He's like, "Ich make your time."
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I think Ari just kind of like is like, after they get like a little ways away, she just kind of like sighs and just says, "Well, I've had a difficult conversation just now, and I think I need to get another one over with right now."
If I was from a different universe, would you still love me?
Yeah, Samuel says, of course. Say what you need to say.
I know that you've been waiting for me to bring it up.
Yes, I want to marry you.
Well, I certainly wasn't going to.
Why not?
Ari, you're the proactive one. If anyone was going to say something, it was going to be you.
Yeah, and that makes me so pissed off, Samuel. Why do I always have to be the active one here?
Because that's how our
Why do I-
relationship has always worked. I'm sorry. I guess I just fell into old habits.
Samuel, I don't know what I want here.
I already made it clear to you that I feel the same way. I don't know.
I guess I was just curious if that had changed at all.
No. Not substantially. I'm sorry if that's disappointing.
She like kind of like frowns and like nods, and she's like, a little. But I'm also not surprised because it hasn't for me either.
Well, you being disappointed tells me at least that there's a part of you that wants this to be something. And
Of course I do.
Can't lie and say that you not having figured it out doesn't disappoint me. I hope that you would just solve this for us.
I don't think I can do that, Samuel.
I know.
I miss him. I miss him a lot. The first thing I asked Buck when I saw him was if he had seen him. I didn't even think about it. It just came instinctually to me.
So maybe this shouldn't be anything. At least not for now.
But nothing is ever going to happen with Mickey again. He's alive. More alive than we'll ever be.
Is he more alive than we'll ever be, or is he more dead than we'll ever be?
I know, yeah.
That is the
I
question,
mean, he's
isn't it?
alive.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
alive.
To be or not to be, or to kind.
I mean, he's a god. He's, yeah. So she's just like, part of me honestly wonders. He told me to find you and to be happy. Part of me always I think will always wonder if he was lying. If he really wanted me to stay. He just makes me so mad, Samuel. First, he tells me to find you to be happy. And then she just like regurgitates like all like what he said basically was just like, and then he took it all back. What am I supposed to do with that?
Hate to be a broken.
Should what's his name? Should Samuel make an insight check to see if he figures out the reason why Miggy did it?
I don't think he's cognizant
I don't think
enough
he knows
for that. No,
Mickey well enough.
he doesn't know Mickey well enough.
No, but he's also a guy.
Which makes
I feel like that would be a nat 20 if he. I don't know.
I don't know if
doesn't
Samuel
know
cares
Mickey.
enough.
He
Yeah.
doesn't know Miggy to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't know him well enough to know if that would be even accurate for him.
Yeah.
So I think he says. Sorry, what was the last thing you said? You just regurgitated.
What
all
am
the
I
stuff?
supposed to? What am I supposed to do with that?
Right.
What am I supposed to do with? He told me to be happy, and then he tells me, "Oh, actually, just kidding."
I'm going to say the same thing I said before. I don't know. Ari, I can't help you with these problems. What I can do is be here if you need me, but I already told you. I think maybe he just kind of leaves it hanging. Like he's not entirely sure where he was even going with that sentence.
Hmm. Gosh, I just want to. Can I make an insight check on him?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
No, you can't figure it out. And honestly, he probably can't either.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think Ari just kind of says like, okay. I mean, I never expected us to be anything anyways.
He stares at you and he says, "What do you mean?"
Samuel, I spent over half my life thinking that you didn't care about me. Thinking that you just thought of me as a little sister. And to be honest, even when I spent my whole life waiting to hear you say that you want me. And I reacted exactly how I thought I would. I guess I just don't really believe it. Still.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too. I thought about it over and over and over again. I know Dad didn't want us to be together. I guess it just feels like the odds have always been stacked against us,
I don't really believe in fate or luck or or anything like that. Listen, I'm sorry, Ari. I've been an idiot through all of this. I think I'm seeing that now. I wish I could give you what you want.
I don't know what I want.
Exactly. And I don't know what I want either.
You know, actually, that's a lie. Samuel, I do want you. I don't know how I want you, but I know that I want you here more than anything. So whatever that looks like, I don't care. I think maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
We're a mess.
Yeah.
But you know, there's something important to do here. There's a mission. Let's focus on that for a while. Why don't we? Maybe leave all of this for after.
She like gives like a flirty like smirk. Goes up, kisses him, and then says,
I thought we just
and then she says, and then she like looks at him and says, sure, and then just keeps walking.
And he literally just like kind of has like his hands up in the air like this, like he's like I will never understand that woman. And then just
That's all of women.
yeah, all right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and take our final break, and we'll come back and we'll find out where we're going. There's some sort of place called the Beyond that is waiting for us. We'll be back with more Terra
We're
Nullius
still not even going to take a long rest.
right after this. Stick
I
around.
hope the Beyond is great.